Welcome to Taiwan Tech Dispatch. I'm White Shoe. In this podcast, we explore Taiwan's technology ecosystem, its startups, its industries, and the forces shaping its future. For more than a decade, there was a saying often heard in Taiwan's technology industry. One apple saved Taiwan. It wasn't an exaggeration. When Apple launched a new iPhone, factories expanded production, suppliers increased shipments, and investors closely watched every product announcement. Entire sectors of Taiwan's economy moved in rhythm with Apple's product cycle. But today, something fundamental has changed. Taiwan is no longer primarily defined by smartphones. It is increasingly defined by AI. The companies shaping Taiwan's future are no longer just supplying iPhones. They are building the infrastructure that powers artificial intelligence around the world. In this episode, we'll explore how Taiwan transformed from an Apple-dependent manufacturing powerhouse into one of the most important foundations of the global AI economy. Chapter 1: When one company defined Taiwan. For much of the 2000s and 2010s, Apple was the center of Taiwan's technology universe. Companies such as Foxconn, Largan Precision, and many PCB manufacturers grew alongside the iPhone. Each new product generation created waves of opportunity across Taiwan's supply chain. Apple pushed Taiwanese suppliers to become more efficient, more precise, and more technologically advanced. In many ways, Apple's success accelerated Taiwan's industrial development. But there was also a hidden weakness. Taiwan's growth became closely tied to a single customer. If iPhone demand slowed, suppliers suffered. If Apple changed its sourcing strategy, entire industries felt the impact. The relationship created tremendous opportunities, but it also created dependence. Taiwan became stronger, yet Taiwan also became vulnerable. Chapter 2: The End of the Smartphone-Centered World. Around the late 2010s, the smartphone industry began to mature. Consumers upgraded less frequently. Innovation slowed. Market growth stabilized. The explosive expansion that had defined the smartphone era started to fade. At the same time, a new technology wave was beginning to emerge: artificial intelligence. Initially, AI was viewed as an interesting research field. Then came breakthroughs in machine learning. Then came generative AI. And then ChatGPT changed everything. Suddenly, every major technology company wanted more computing power, more GPUs, more data centers, more AI infrastructure. The center of gravity in the technology industry began shifting away from consumer electronics and toward computational infrastructure. And Taiwan happened to be exactly where much of that infrastructure was built. Chapter 3: Why AI Changed Everything. The transition from smartphones to AI represents much more than a new technology trend. It represents a completely different type of demand. Smartphones are consumer products. People buy them, use them, and eventually replace them. Demand rises and falls with economic conditions and consumer preferences. AI infrastructure works differently. AI requires enormous computing resources. Those resources need servers. Those servers need advanced chips. Those chips need advanced packaging. And all of those systems require cooling, networking, power management, and engineering expertise. This isn't a product cycle, it's infrastructure construction. And infrastructure tends to last much longer than consumer trends. Governments invest in it. Cloud providers depend on it. Enterprises need it to remain competitive. That's why many analysts believe AI infrastructure spending could continue for a decade or longer. The world is no longer simply buying devices. It is building the foundation of an AI-driven economy. Chapter 4: Taiwan's New Strategic Position. This is where Taiwan's role becomes especially important. Consider the AI supply chain. At nearly every critical layer, Taiwan plays a major role. First, there is TSMC. Its advanced packaging technology, known as CoWoS, has become essential for producing the most advanced AI chips used by NVIDIA and other industry leaders. Then there are Taiwan's AI server manufacturers. Companies such as Quanta, Wistron, Inventec, andYwin build many of the AI servers used by hyperscale cloud providers worldwide. Next comes thermal management. AI chips generate enormous amounts of heat. Managing that heat efficiently is now a major engineering challenge. Taiwanese companies have become global leaders in cooling technologies, including liquid cooling systems. Power management is another critical area. Modern AI servers consume extraordinary amounts of electricity. Delivering power safely and efficiently requires sophisticated engineering. Taiwan's expertise in power systems has become increasingly valuable. And finally, there is talent. Thousands of engineers across Taiwan support the design, manufacturing, and operation of these systems. Together, these capabilities create something far more significant than traditional manufacturing. They create strategic importance. Chapter 5: Taiwan is no longer following technology trends. Perhaps the most important change is not technological, it's strategic. During the smartphone era, Taiwan largely followed the roadmap created by Apple. Innovation happened elsewhere. Taiwan executed exceptionally well. Today, the situation is different. The world's leading AI companies increasingly depend on capabilities concentrated in Taiwan. International analysts no longer ask only about future iPhone sales. They ask whether Taiwan can expand advanced packaging capacity quickly enough. They ask whether Taiwan can support growing demand for AI servers. They ask whether Taiwan has enough engineering talent to sustain the next phase of AI expansion. These questions reveal a profound shift. Taiwan is no longer simply participating in global technology trends. It is helping shape them. Conclusion: helping define the AI era. For years, the world's attention focused on Silicon Valley. And understandably so. Many of the most influential technology companies were born there. But behind every major AI breakthrough lies an enormous physical infrastructure. Factories, servers, power systems, cooling systems, advanced packaging facilities, engineering talent. And increasingly, much of that infrastructure runs through Taiwan. Taiwan is no longer defined by the iPhone cycle. It is helping define the AI era. And as artificial intelligence continues transforming industries around the world, Taiwan's role may become even more important than it was during the age of smartphones. The question is no longer whether Taiwan can keep up with the future. The question is how the rest of the world will work with Taiwan as that future unfolds. Thank you for listening to Taiwan Tech Dispatch. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider subscribing on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. You can also find my writing at whitesu.blog and follow Taiwan Tech Dispatch on LinkedIn. Until next time, this is White Shoe. Thank you for listening.